This is what you would see if it wasn't for the hard-working volunteers at Channel 10. But thanks to their great effort, this is what you get.
Welcome to Capital Times. I'm Karen Agnew, and I'm glad to be back. We took a little week off for a break there, but we are back with some exciting shows and things to tell you about. With me in the studio today is Margaret Stacey, who I'm sure most of you recognize. Margaret is the manager of the Capitol Theatre, and she is also producing this year's English pantomime at the Capitol Theatre, which is an annual event. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Just spewed that out.
You did really well.
So, how are you?
Well, I'm.
Are you still in shock?
I've survived the Loreena McKennitt concert.
That was last night for those of you who weren't there.
With my oh, you can't see my Phantom of the Opera mug because there's this little mask that turns white when something's hot. So my coffee is now cool. Anyway, I collect theater mugs, and I'm trying to wake up after a 2 o'clock evening with the Loreena McKennitt concert.
Yeah, it was a little tense, wasn't it?
It started a little bit late. Loreena had been trying to get to Nelson since early yesterday morning by different planes and things like that. She did get to Calgary, and then she got to Cranbrook, and then she drove like crazy.
Oh man,
she did go over the summit in the dark and got here for 9 o'clock.
She did make it over the summit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought she was going to have to ferry it.
She arrived here at 9 o'clock, and the first we saw of her, I guess I was on guard duty at the back door while some of the other people were at the front of the theater, and the band is playing like crazy, her band, warming up.
Okay.
And I see this little black clad figure tripping along the back alley of the theater in the rain, their high heels, and sort of this red hair. I figure I had the right lady.
Yeah, yeah.
A huge bag over her shoulder, but anyway, that was Loreena trying to sneak in the back entrance.
Oh, how did it go? Was she must have been just frazzled. Was she okay?
Not at all. After, a quick,
here, drink this.
Here, drink this is what I did, and then she went right on, and after she tuned her harp quite briefly, and she was very cool and very professional, and she got on, and she did a full 2-hour concert for people.
That's wild. Well, then they got an extra little bonus, didn't they? Had some music before she got there for about 40 minutes.
And it actually proved something, too, about the audiences around here. I thought people had sort of a tolerance level of 2 hours in a concert. And that was by 10 o'clock, if you didn't shut down, they started to leave. Not so. Everyone stayed in this one. They
that's
neat. Right to the end of this concert, and wanted an encore.
Oh, yes?
In which she did, of course. And,
great.
With one of her favorite pieces. So it was really good.
Well, it sure makes you appreciate what they have to go through to get to a concert. I mean, that lady went through a lot of hectic stuff.
Well, actually, I talked to the technician, Bob Stamp, and he said that once he'd watched this happen with Mo Kaufman, and he was third on in a concert, and no sign of the man. But during he came in on a part of the third piece that was to be played, and apparently guy comes right in on cue through the back door. He's never been to this theater before, with massive mitts on, right? It's a blizzard outside, instrument in hand, throws off the mitts, throws off the coat, and goes right in, blows on cue.
Wow.
So, I mean, they are ready for this kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine personally. I'd just be so freaked out I wouldn't be able to handle it, but she must have quite a personality to be able to cope.
Yeah, well, she's an actress, too. Yes. That's her first career, and the show goes on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Heather told us that. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, so you don't look tired or anything. You look like you
As I
just
said, the coffee's holding me up, which is what I was trying to
Lots of
say. We're waking up right now.
right. Okay. We at the Capitol have the annual English pantomime coming up, and it promises to be a dilly, shall
Well,
we say?
during the Loreena McKennitt concert last night, I thought I would go down and listen in my own way, and I did some set painting for
Oh,
the
really?
panto. Mini mushrooms, large mushrooms, but mushrooms suit.
It's brilliant. Mushrooms coming out of the walls
Loreena's
downstairs.
music, so it was really fun to paint.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get some details out for the people regarding the pantomime. First of all, which one are we doing this year?
This is the 5th pantomime. Now,
Yes.
by now, the people in this community should know that pantomime is not silent.
Right.
Okay, that was our first question 5 years ago. Is there any talking? No. Pantomime doesn't mean mime. It's very, very noisy. Too noisy sometimes. And has large cast, usually about 50 in it. It's a community theatre production. It has been for 150 years in England anyway.
Yes.
It's something that's done in England traditionally in every single town by the townsfolk using whatever skills and talents they have to entertain the kids. They pick a fairy tale or a nursery rhyme, any old fairy tale or nursery rhyme, and murder it. Then they and add characters that certainly don't belong to the nursery rhyme, and so they've always added stock characters. Like there's always a dame or
Right.
some guy playing the old lady in the show who
Right.
has 2 or 3 hideous children, usually played by guys, and so there's this sort of drag tradition in English, has been for thousands of years in English country
Right.
drama. So girls do get parts in this place, by the way. Sometimes even the hero is played by a leggy girl.
Right. Say
but
you had a
we
Prince
didn't do
Charming
that
kind of
this time.
deal.
We have a real Prince Charming and a real girl playing the
Right.
But we do have Bruce Ormond cast as the Dame,
I love
which
it.
he particularly enjoys.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Brian Dion likes those parts too. He's played.
It's really good fun then
Yeah.
if you do know some people in the play to come and just howl.
Well, yeah, it depends what your sense of humor is, because
Yes.
there's something for everybody. For the kids, there's a lot of physical comedy and a lot of color, and the very smallest kids, 3-year-olds, can enjoy it.
It's visual.
For the adults, there's this supposedly political satire, which the actors themselves inject into it. Jim Gauthier, our director this year, said, "You guys take care of this part,
Right.
because that's as you feel, and I'll tell you whether I approve or not." So they inject stuff wherever they can. They change some of the Britishisms, the pounds and the sixpence and things like that, into dollars. That's the very most basic level. But they change the political jokes that are
To suit
these
our-
pantomimes, to suit anything that's happened, and we try not to let one political opportunity pass.
Yeah, I love it. So this is great for the parents then. The children are just having a ball watching all this wild stuff
It's
go on in the
supposed
color.
to be very magical for children.
And the parents don't miss the joke. The parents get
Well, there's also the sexual
jokes.
jokes
Sexual
that,
innuendo.
which in Nelson you have to be really clever about, So there's that in there. And,
Yeah.
And we try to put on a good show. I would say that the quality of these pantos that we have put on in Nelson are really good, because I've traveled around the province a bit and seen other communities do them. Believe it or not, other communities do this ancient
Right.
British tradition, and the quality of what's going on here is surprisingly good.
yes.
I take back seats to nobody on this at all.
Well, it sounds to me like there's a lot of fun being had at the rehearsals. I don't know if we've mentioned it yet, but it's Hickory Dickory Dock. For
About a clock,
yeah, a little bit, huh?
faintly.
Yeah.
The clock actually that we've built looks more like a coffin.
Yes.
Standing on it, and it gets used as such occasionally. The characters, we've got quite a neat lineup of characters. Some from former years and some new ones. I mentioned Bruce Ormond and Laurie Jarvis, who are sort of stock pantomime people now.
Yes.
Bruce directed last year, and he's acting this year, which is really what he wants to do. Jim Gauthier is directing it, and Evie Clare's doing choreography. Margaret Ormond is taking up the baton with musical direction again, which is she's really committed to this panto.
Yeah.
And June Dolman God bless her, is doing the piano again, because she has a real talent for improvisation, which is something very useful in panto.
You bet, yeah.
And there isn't anybody quite like her in the community, so I don't know how we do any of these things without June.
I was really pleased to hear that your exchange student that's staying with you. Now this is pretty neat. He's Belgium.
Yeah.
And he just what the heck went for a rehearsal and he got the hero, right?
The hero is a gypsy boy, which means that an accent is allowed, and our Belgian guest has very good English, but a fairly strong accent. Luckily, the lady he's teamed up with is an English ESL teacher.
Oh, you're kidding? Yeah.
Laurie Jarvis. She's rehearsing that. No,
yeah, I love it.
That would be. Anyway, so it's working quite well, and the only thing is his lines are all one of those heroic lines like, wait, I will save you.
He does a lot of posing there.
Rather than the interesting stuff, as that we have two jesters in this, which we've put women into.
Right.
Jenny Tompkins and Fran Patterson, who are just natural comic talents. And these two have literally run away with the parts.
Oh, that's great.
They're just making them up as they go. They're allowed to, but they just having a wonderful time with it.
Have you? Well, obviously you've been to some of the rehearsals.
Yes.
Are they a little bit wild, perhaps?
No, they're actually quite under control.
Oh yeah, lots of laughter, no doubt.
I mean, we're really organized this year. We have a new stage manager this year from the beginning. Instead of throwing some poor person in near the end saying,
"Great,
would you be the stage manager?" What does a stage manager do? I don't know, but you'll get this one. Marlene Millerson is. Started in stage managing.
That's a big job, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially for a production of this scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right up there with producing.
Again.
Stage manager runs the show.
Yes.
And too often people forget about this very important part of community theatre, this backstage organizer. And actually, the director should not even have to be there when the stage manager takes over.
Yes.
So they have to learn the people, learn the show, and learn where everything's supposed to be at what time.
Well, how many cast is there in this one then?
I think with the children, we've got 15 children plus maybe 5 adult chorus, plus we've got...
and the leads?
And the leads, 15 or 16 leads. So we're getting up there with the cast, and we'll probably add a few more chorus people.
That's big.
If anybody's interested and has a really good voice, we really do need a couple more men in our adult chorus.
Oh yes?
Yeah.
All you aspiring singers
some power
out there?
voices. They will probably end up being townsfolk.
Yeah.
The rehearsal schedule for them isn't too heavy right now, but we'll, talk to me if you do need.
And trust us, you'll have fun whether you like it or not.
Just give up the next 3 weeks.
So we've got a lot of music involved in this. It's not just acting. There's a lot of crazy songs, which somebody's
we're going to get to the music. Yeah. I've discovered something I like doing more than anything else. It's writing lyrics, and these pantos written by a guy named Robbins. I forget what his Norman Robbins Anyway, he writes probably one a month, I think.
Yes.
Ruining fairy tales as he goes. But he doesn't write the songs, and it comes from Samuel French, at the royalty office, saying, put song 2 here,
right,
3 here, up to 14, 17 songs.
That's part of the tradition then, is to make up your own songs.
So what you do is you take old songs, hopefully songs that are out of the public domain because they're so old, so you don't have to pay any royalties on them, and then you make up new words. Who's going to make up the new words?
Well, Margaret will do it. She's really good at that.
So I've been making up words for stuff for I guess 4 years now.
Oh, really?
This is my fourth one I've done the lyrics, most of it.
So you do the lyrics. How are you picking the tunes, or is that Margaret or
Margaret and June do that. They look at and they try and get a feel for what works, what sound they want to get out of this song. And they go through old catalogs and have a good time, and they know some of those songs better than I do, I think.
Yeah.
And then they send over the music because I need it for scansion.
Right.
And then I sit down and work away at it.
Does it just come out? I mean,
it's really, I never knew whether it came from reading the original. You have to read sort of the last paragraph of the script. You have your theme there somewhere, but I like to sort of come up with a metaphor for it. For example, this play, Hickory Dickory Dock, our major metaphor is time.
Right.
Okay, so the opening tunes are, they've chosen the syncopated clock, you know, da-dum, dum,
How
dum,
appropriate.
dum, dum, da-dum.
Right.
I can't sing, by the way.
Yes, you can. Don't listen.
Anyway, so trying to do lyrics to syncopated clock is tricky, but so I come up with all-purpose lyrics for beginning, middle, and end for the theme.
I know you're tying it in then with some of the
Everything.
people that
Metaphor.
in the cast.
I have come up with every possible time metaphor I can.
That's great.
to fit in this one.
Oh, it's going to be a hoot. I know it. These guys are giving me one of these dang, let's get going signals. So maybe we can
What
give.
does those mean?
I think it means hurry up, Karen, get moving.
Shut down.
So
Margaret, stop talking.
no, we're just having fun. Do you mind? We do need to give them the dates and
Yes.
times and cost, that sort of thing, if you don't mind, guys.
I've forgotten the cost, Karen. Help me. It says on the
8-5.
poster over there.
By golly.
Thursday, December the 5th, Friday, December 6th, Saturday, December 7th, all at 7:30 p.m. And Sunday, December the 8th, we're doing an afternoon matinee. That's by popular request. Not so much from our children, but from our seniors.
Oh, yes?
They really would like to have an afternoon performance of
Okay.
this. And contrary to some things you might have seen in advertising, at 7 o'clock, it's wrong. It's
Oh,
7:30.
yes. That's quite
Also,
true.
our people on the other side of the lake have always said, can you do something so we can make it there and get back to the ferries, because it drives them
Right.
crazy. So we're doing a pantomime.
No excuse not to come this year.
And I'm hoping to get celebration somewhere in between the two acts of the pantomime. Last year we tried to have some singing, and so I'm looking for
Oh,
choirs.
good.
And we'll have a special
Good.
lobby display as we did last year, and probably Christmas drinks or snacks or things like that too. So it's a bit more than just a show, it's a celebration in a Victorian way.
Oh, it's great. It's a nice start to get that Christmas spirit rolling, too,
Yeah.
get everybody together
Yeah.
like that. And tickets are very reasonable, I might add. I just know.
It says there, $8 for adults, and kids 12 and under, $5.
$5, so
Okay.
it's not a huge expense for you
Yeah.
there. And actually, Margaret brought with her tape of last year's English pantomime, Sing a Song of Sixpence, right?
Yeah.
And so we want to finish the show with you, letting you have a nice peek at what was done last year, and you can get a gist of or a sense of what these shows are all about. Well, thanks very much for coming on the show, Margaret.
Oh, okay.
We never see each other. This is so great to get together like this. And thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy the clip that we've got set up for you. And we'll see you real soon. Bye now.
The magic crown will soon be restored to its rightful owner. And if all goes well, the witch shall perish, and I shall return to claim the hand of Princess Rosemary. But now for the business at hand. What the witch has done with sorcery, I shall do with the aid of my sword. So come, give me a song to cheer me on my way. Give me a song I can sing on my quest, wish me Victorio. Give me a song I can sing with my sword, wish me well, and bless me as I go.
No use. I can't let Valentine look after the witch alone. I've got to go after him. Oh, my poor people, their clothing turned to rags and no food to eat. crown back. Valentine, wait!
And I know just the place to pull the crown jewels.
I keep telling you. There's no crown jewels. They're gone. Vanished.
But they called them down haven't.
But you don't live in cornucopia. The curse only applies to us.
Well, you must have something hidden under your bed. A ruptured ruby, a dented diamond, a tattered tiara.
Not even the brass spot. I'm wrong.
How dare you be ruined? You did this just to spite me, just to spoil my visit.
To spoil your visit. Why, you interfering old busybody? None of this would have happened if you hadn't opened that pie.
And whose birthday was it then? If anyone's to blame, it's you.
Julie,
Maybe you should be prostituted by the police for eating Well, I will. Oh, when I think how I nearly let my daughter, excuse me, my son, marry your daughter. But don't try to deny it. Well, your little plan hasn't worked. We're leaving for Utopia in the morning.
Sire! Oh, sire! It's the princess! She's vanished!
French? Are you sure?
We searched the entire palace.
And the ground.
How romantic! They run off together.
Who has?
Rosemary and Valentine, of course. They've enveloped to get married.
Your Majesty, the young prince left the palace some time ago.
Then she must have been kidnapped. Oh, Rosemary!
I love you. I'm always thinking of you.
Hey, my only daughter kidnapped. This is an emergency. Chamber party, issue a proclamation. Whoever finds my daughter will be richly rewarded.
Here I
Silence! Shut up! Ooh. Secret!
Oye, oye, oye! Let it be known that the Princess Rosemary has been kidnapped and that a rich reward will be given to whoever shall find her.
Who's gonna pay the reward?
I am, of course.
With what? Dead leaves?
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Silence! Issue a proclamation. I will give a knighthood to whoever finds my daughter.
What's the good of a knighthood in a bankrupt country?
I'll give anything.
It's hopeless. With friends like them, who needs enemies?
What a rotten lot! Not one of them willing to help go find the princess. Cowards!
You're right. You're afraid. But we're not beaten yet. You two can go find the princess. And if you come back without her...
Oh, that's darn it. I can't stand the sight of blood, especially my own.
But don't worry, you won't be around to see it. What are we gonna do?
Start looking.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Looking for Rosemary.
Well, you're not gonna find her here, you fool! If you ask me, she's gone after that Prince Turpentine to the witch's lair.
Oh, the witch's lair. In that case, we needn't bother to go looking for her, need we?
You're not scared, are you?
Oh, me scared? I'll have you know my family motto is no fear.
No fear? Well, that's a very good family motto. How did you get it?
Well, anytime somebody wanted one of us to do something dangerous, we all said no fear.
I might have expected as much from a half-wit like you. Anyway, there's nothing to be afraid of. All you have to do is sneak in to the witch's lair. Find Rosemary, tell her that her dad's looking for her, come back here, and we can collect the reward. It's that simple.
do. What about you? What are you gonna do?
What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wait here and run for help if the witch catches ya.
What's the good of that? The witch's lair is miles away.
I know it is, numbskull. That way I shan't have far to run if she does catch you. Shall I?
Oh, I never thought of that.
Of course you didn't. You never think of anything. You do all the thinking around here. Now hurry up and get going before it gets dark.
Well, why do I have to do all the dirty work? Why can't I wait here and run for help if you get captured?
Because I thought of it first. Now quit wasting time and get going. No. If you're not out of my sight in 2 minutes,
You what?
I'll punch in the nose.
Ha! You and whose army? You can knock the skin off a rice pudding.
Oh, is that so? Oh, come on, I'll show you.
I've got tofu.
Oh, Simon, whatever were you going to do? Everything's crumbling to dust, and Rosemary's missing, kidnapped from under our noses while everybody's backs were turned.
Oh, don't cry, Chloe. We'll have everything put right again. All we have to do is go up to that Prince Valentine and tell him what's happened to Rosemary. Well, he's off looking for her. We can go after the prince, the magic crown, and bring it back.
Us?
Why not? I bet we'll even get a reward, because King Ferdinand will have his money back.
You're right.
Yeah, and when everything's back to normal, I'm gonna ask a certain someone for their hand in marriage.
Oh, Simon, are you really?
Yes.
Someone young and attractive?
Yes.
Someone winsome and cuddly?
Yes.
Someone gentle and lovable?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it me?
No. It's Lucy, the maid.
What?
Oh, I was just joking. It's you I want to marry. Lucy's all right, but it's you I fancy.
Oh, I'm fed up with you trifling with my confections. You can go marry rotten old Lucy. I'm going to look for Rosemary on my own.
But it's not Lucy I want to marry. It's you. You're the one I fancy. Come on, smile for Simon.
Oh, no, John.
Well, will you please marry me?
No.
Please?
Oh, well, maybe Simon, imagine married after all these years. And, but you have to propose to me properly, somewhere with sweet music and dim lights.
Well, actually, I'd like the lights out altogether.
Sit on the sofa in front of the fire. You can get a little bolder, and I can get a little bolder.
Are we building a rockery?
Yes, it's nice. It's how beautiful they are.
Oh, and how they remind me of mountain pools.
Deep, silent, and mysterious.
No, covered in pondweed.
Take me in your arms and cover me with kisses.
I think I'd sooner cover you with a thick blanket.
Oh, Simon, you don't see realize what lies here waiting for you.
Oh, yes I do. 2.5 pounds of cotton wool.
Oh, I'm cut to the quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just joking. Come on, cheer up.
Oh, no, I can't marry your old Lucy. I'm going to go and look for Rosemary on my own.
No, but it's you I want to marry. Come on, smile for me.
Shut up.
Smile for me.
No. Well, coax me then.